I was meeting with a publisher today, and we were going over my books and the things that I have done and haven't done and want to do and all those things. And I started to kind of just give her my story and list out a bunch of things. And, it's a pretty incredibly crazy story, because when I self-published my very first book, it was called I Am Not My Mother. It was a very short book. It's supposed to be one of a series of 8 to 12 books that kind of explain different things that I had to overcome in my life. The first one was called I Am Not My Mother. The second one was going to be I Am Not My Father, and I Am Not my, anyway, long story short, 2 days after that, my son passed away in a car accident. And so it put a halt on a lot of things for me, public, business wise, or financial, all of those things, honestly. But um, for me, for where I was to write the books and publishing them, and which is good, because I have had time to regroup and do. I want to do things a little different this time. One thing that I have learned through all of this is that I have always been certain in uncertain times. And it started when my mom would have a paranoid schizophrenic episode, and she would get really upset, um, beyond normal upset. She'd wear aluminum foil in her head and put stones in the yard stand and stop the mind control. And so I would be a person who I learned to open up the Bible at the time, and I would read the Corinthians, and it calmed her down. And then over time, I would just keep reading her the Bible, because over and over, I learned that that framework worked, right? And I wasn't going to do something new. I was going to do the same thing, and then she would calm down, and that was that. And that served me well until I was about 11. Long story short, I have had some amazing adventures in my life, as far as being in Talented and Gifted, and going to space camp, and going to DC, and I had my son at 18 years old, and um, some made some really bad relationship choices throughout my life, and um, but all of them taught me something, right? And I say all of this to say that you can still lead in times of uncertainty. I've been through, I've buried most of my family. I lost my son to a car accident. I have been divorced. I have lost a lot financially, more than once, gained it back. Uh, Opened my own mortgage company in 2018 and did very well, was able to launch that and become a sole owner of a company in 13 states. I hit $1 million a year. I published my first book. It has been on my list for a long time. I worked with clients. I helped coach hundreds of loan officers all across the country. And I didn't even really know I was doing it, but I held on to one or two or three single anchors. And that's what I help businesses do. I help them hold on to their vision and their values, right? So there's some core things when you're going through times of uncertainty, which I think we all are in the current administration, current war, and all those things that are going on, is there are some certain things that um, it makes it hard to make decisions, right? It makes it hard to move forward. It makes it hard because when we're uncertain, we don't want to do those things. But you can create certainty. I was able to move cross country a few times as a single mom. I moved to Philadelphia, got to spend a couple of years in those cities, moved in the Woodlands, Texas. I was able to now relocate to Metro Detroit, and I love it here. I love all the parts of my life, and I love all the stories, and I love all the business adventures I've gotten to do. I love real estate. I love meeting and helping other businesses grow. I love helping other grieving moms who text me every single morning saying, "You are my anchor," right? And it really holds true to something that I truly value, and that is to bring certainty in uncertain times. And I've always been a natural leader at that. And so I thank my mom and my mom's mental illness, because it really taught me from a young age on how to instill that in myself, and something that I can continue to uh, to bring in now that I live a much different life, much more calm and peaceful and um, fun, laid back kind of life a little bit. I am happy to share that with people. So I am hosting a masterclass because my days have just been really filled with Zoom calls after Zoom calls of coaching. And I feel like I could take what I know and package it in for 90 minutes. Now, this is not going to be 90 minutes of motivation. It's going to be actual work, hard questions, hard things that we're going to go over. And I'll have a workbook that you're supposed to fill out before we do all that. It'll go out to everyone. And it's 90 minutes, and I want it to be something that you can take with you to build certainty in uncertain times. It will help you because unfortunately death does come to all of us and all of our families, death and financial hard times and all those things. But the one thing that I've learned is if we can keep our core principles and our core vision and our core values, that will be the thing that you can carry through. And it really does help. So, and that's how you can keep building on that fundamental highs and lows that you do get being as a business owner or a person or a human on the planet Earth. So it's $197, 90 minutes. I am going to cap this. So seats are limited, and I look forward to helping you grow and taking my life experiences that are pretty much unbelievable to most people, and helping you take out all the bad parts of that and the good and give you a foundation that you can continue to build on. All right. If you think of anyone this could help, please share the link. The masterclass is at michellevon.co/masterclass, or you can find it anywhere. I hope to remain everywhere on the internet. I love you guys, and you have a wonderful night. This work comes from my heart, and it's truly something that I do because I want to help other people, and I want to help other people live fulfilling, abundant, beautiful lives, no matter what they've been through, no matter the laundry list of things. And I'll share some of mine with you. All right.